History repeats itself, first as tragedy, second as farce. Social progress can be measured by the social position of the female sex. Workers of the world unite. You have nothing to lose but your chains. The only antidote to mental suffering is physical pain. Reason has always existed, but not always in a reasonable form. Democracy is the road to socialism. Let the ruling classes tremble at a communist revolution. The proletarians have nothing to lose but their chains. They have a world to win. Working men of all countries, unite. From each according to his abilities, to each according to his needs. The production of too many useful things results in too many useless people. Religion is the opium of the masses. If anything is certain, it is that I myself am not a Marxist. Necessity is blind until it becomes conscious. Freedom is the consciousness of necessity. The meaning of peace is the absence of opposition to socialism. The rich will do anything for the poor but get off their backs. The ruling ideas of each age have ever been the ideas of its ruling class. Capital is dead labor, which, vampire-like, lives only by sucking living labor, and lives the more labor it sucks. The theory of communism may be summed up in one sentence: abolish all private property. Society does not consist of individuals but expresses the sum of interrelations, the relations within which these individuals stand. Nothing can have value without being an object of utility. Revolutions are the locomotives of history. Capital is reckless of the health or length of life of the laborer, unless under compulsion from society. Anyone who knows anything of history knows that great social changes are impossible without feminine upheaval. Social progress can be measured exactly by the social position of the fair sex, the ugly ones included. The writer must earn money in order to be able to live and to write, but he must by no means live and write for the purpose of making money. Art is always and everywhere the secret confession, and at the same time the immortal movement of its time. Religion is the sigh of the oppressed creature, the heart of a heartless world, and the soul of soulless conditions. It is the opium of the people. The history of all previous societies has been the history of class struggles. The first requisite for the happiness of the people is the abolition of religion. Religion is the impotence of the human mind to deal with occurrences it cannot understand. The worker of the world has nothing to lose, but their chains. Workers of the world unite. Landlords, like all other men, love to reap where they never sowed. The more the division of labor and the application of machinery extend, the more does competition extend among the workers, the more do their wages shrink together. In bourgeois society, capital is independent and has individuality, while the living person is dependent and has no individuality. Capitalist production, therefore, develops technology and the combining together of various processes into a social whole only by sapping the original sources of all wealth, the soil and the laborer. Medicine heals doubts as well as diseases. In a higher phase of communist society, only then can the narrow horizon of bourgeois right be fully left behind and society inscribe on its banners, from each according to his ability, to each according to his needs. We should not say that one man's hour is worth another man's hour, but rather that one man during an hour is worth just as much as another man during an hour. Time is everything, man is nothing, he is at the most times carcass. History does nothing, it does not possess immense riches, it does not fight battles. It is men, real, living, who do all this. For the bureaucrat, the world is a mere object to be manipulated by him. Machines were, it may be said, the weapon employed by the capitalists to quell the revolt of specialized labor. The ideas of the ruling class are in every epoch the ruling ideas, i.e., the class which is the ruling material force of society, is at the same time its ruling intellectual force.